Before we get into the video, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe. Now for all you would-be hustlers that partake in illegal activity, just know there's no honour in the street life. Two drug dealers attacked a former friend with a Rambo-style knife and a wrench in a ferocious attack intended to kill in Tower Hamlets. 21-year-old Mofizur Rahman and 22-year-old Alimul killed their former friend, 23-year-old Alimuz Zaman, in front of people outside a shop on St Paul's Way in Mile End, East London. Now Alimuz Zaman did not know he was going to die on that fateful day. Prior to his murder, the 23-year-old was captured on CCTV going about his routine day, even going to a shop to purchase sweets for his young niece. Little did he know, the same people he had once called friends had armed themselves with a foot-long blade and a wrench. Now because drug dealers aren't exactly the pillar of community, Alimuz Zaman must have known he needed protection, and that was why he armed himself with a pair of household scissors. So Mofizur and Alimul got into an argument with the victim, and then the dispute turned into violence. Before long, weapons were drawn. A friend of Alimuz actually tried to stop the fighting, and in return he suffered a severe wound to the arm. Now of course, the arguments, the shoving, the pushing matches, and the violence and the bloodshed gathered a crowd. Witnesses said that they saw Zaman being chased around the street even though he initially tried to seek refuge in a shop to get away from the confrontation. Sadly, Alimuz was stabbed and then chopped and then beaten with the knife and wrench, and after they left Alimuz for dead, that was when Mofizur and Alimul pulled their hoods up in order to disguise themselves, after the damage and the murder had already been done. As for Alimuz Zaman, he actually collapsed in the street in front of everybody, but before he died, he managed to tell his brother who stabbed him. Sadly, Alimuz died later that day in hospital. Now when arrested, the two drug dealers tried to claim self-defense. The only issue is, a post-mortem examination identified 15 sharp force injuries, with 2 fatal wounds, a chop-like gash to the arm and a deep stab to the thigh. 15 wounds screams a ferocious attack, not self-defense, and if it wasn't proof enough, a witness at the scene actually recorded the murder taking place. These drug dealers are sickos, and that's the only word to describe them. Just think about it for a moment. At one point, these 3 drug dealers were all friends, and then they entered the drug trade, and things like jealousy, envy, hate, mistrust probably played a role in why they went their separate ways, and then eventually why they started beefing. The 2 drug dealers were found guilty of murder, and they are due to be sentenced very, very soon. Stay safe.